All righty. It is Monday. Good people, come on in this room. It is Monday. Come on in this room. You know, I always got somebody sitting on this blue velvet couch. Some of you may know them, some of you may not, but stay with me so you can find out who this person is. Hope everybody's doing good. Nashville, Tennessee, it's a rainy Monday and it's cold. But come on in because we're going to warm you up. As I introduce to you, last couple of weeks, we've been doing the Dream Chaser series. And today, I'm bringing you another Dream Chaser. We're going to find out, we're going to get all into this man's business and what it looks like chasing a dream out here. Because, baby, this Dream Chaser right here, y'all think I do a lot. This Dream Chaser does a lot, baby. Ooh, yeah, so we're going to get right on into it. What's poppin', listener land? Come through and catch these gems. Hit the heart if you're ready, whether you're tuning in live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or even streaming the replay. Welcome to the space where truth meets transformation. Now, do me a favor. Tag your people in the chat. Tag your bestie, your cousin, your co-worker, whoever needs to be in this conversation tonight. Because trust me, it's about to get good. And I do mean good. Welcome to the I Am Qiana Scales podcast. Real talk, real people, relevant conversations. No gossip, just gems. Y'all know we stamp it over here. Now, before we get into it, let's shout out to today's sponsor, the Closet Experience Boutique. Ladies, are you looking for the hottest fashions and accessories? Well, look no further. The Closet Experience Boutique has you covered. Shop online today and save 10%. That's 10% with code PODCAST, PODCAST, at theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet? Welcome to the Dream Chaser series, where vision meets grind, faith fuels the hustle, and audacity becomes the blueprint. This isn't for the faint of heart, baby. This is for the ones who've been counted out, talked about, slept on, and still kept chasing the dream anyway. I'm talking to the go-getters, the risk takers, the ones who know that comfort doesn't create the odds, they beat the odds. You know, when them odds say nah, the Dream Chaser said, baby, watch me work. Because that's what Dream Chasers do. They don't fold, they flip the script and make the ones who counted them out learn how to count again. Somebody better stamp it in the chat. A Dream Chaser understands that the journey is just as vital as the destination. It's the struggle, the growth, and the unyielding ambition that greatness is forged. This series right here is not about overnight success. It's about every long night, every setback that turned into a setup. And every time you had to be reminded, you know, Dream Chasers have to be reminded sometimes who they are when nobody else believes in them. So if you ever been grinding out there with no applause, dreaming with no cosign, or building with no blueprint, you're in the right place. Get ready to catch this motivation because that's coming tonight. But let me just say this. What's coming to the mic tonight is going to be raw. It's going to be real. And it's proof that faith, focus, and fight still work. All right, now, listener land, lean in real quick. I need y'all to lean in, get your listening ears on. Because when I say activist, I don't mean just talking about it. When I say leader, I mean boots on the ground, hands in the work. Heart is where the people is. This guy right here. Ooh, baby. He is a father, an activist, a poet, teaching artist, mentor, actor, playwright, director, and producer. And none of it is just for show, ego, or clout. It's for the community. He's the founder of Destiny Theater Experience, where art collides with truth and storytelling becomes a tool for liberation. His one-man show, 23 and 1, I got that right, 23 and 1, which powerfully exposes the realities of solitary confinement and mass incarceration, was named the best blend of theater and activism by the Nashville scene. Yes, that's impact right there. When he's not on stage, he's in the school systems, community spaces, and even maximum security institutions, teaching spoken word, drama, and healing through the arts. Through his work with the Southern Word, Salt, and Riverbend and multiple arts organization, he continues to prove that art isn't just expression, it's intervention. Let's talk faith and risk for a moment because this brother right here doesn't wait for opportunity to knock. He builds the door. Back in 2014, he produced and directed seven original plays in 7 days. My God, today. 7 plays in 7 days, no safety net, just faith, obedience, and audacity. That right there is a dream chaser behavior. He's a proud alumnus of Middle Tennessee State University. In 2020, Nashville New Leaders Council Fellow and serves on NLC board. He also gives his leadership and voice to Street Theater Company, Rooftop Nashville, the Metro Nashville Community Oversight Board, and the Jail Data Special Committee. Ooh, child, you do a lot. As co-chair of the Criminal Justice Task Force for Nashville, organized for action and hope, because service is not optional for him, it's essential. And if all of that wasn't enough, this past week, he's been out in North Nashville spreading awareness about tomorrow, December the 2nd, special election, raising donations, advocating for housing and food security, and standing in the gap for our most under-resourced communities. That's compassion. That's consistency. That's commitment. It's exactly why he has been nominated for Community Service Leader of the Year at the Southern Entertainment Awards, baby. Woo! Listen to land. This is what happened when art meets action, when faith meets fearlessness, and when purpose meets people. So help me welcome to the Dream Chaser series, the one, the only, Mr. Shawn Whitsell! Woo!
Hey,
Yeah,
applause for you for reading all that.
You do a lot.
I try. I'm out here just, living life.
Ooh, I see. I thought I did a lot, baby. You do a lot. When you sleep?
When I can. No, I sleep.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're getting some rest. So welcome to the I Am Qiana Skills podcast, Shawn. I'm honored to have you as a guest on the Dream Chaser series.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You doing good today?
I'm doing great.
All right, I'm doing pretty good. We're going to jump into this thing.
Okay.
So as we dive into your story, can you recount the earliest memory that sparked your imagination and set you on your path as a dreamer?
Wow, the earliest memory. That is a good one. I always say I don't remember. I don't remember a time when I wasn't doing art and creativity in some way. So it's been a part of my life since the beginning. So I really don't have that one time early memory. I just remember just being in my bedroom as a elementary school kid, writing and doing dance routines and acting out scenes with nobody else there. So I was one of those kids.
Are you the only child?
No, I'm not. I'm the eldest of, I have 4 brothers.
And you're not from here. You're from Kentucky.
Madisonville,
Kentucky. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, small town.
So you came to Nashville by way of Murfreesboro from going to MTSU.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how I ended up in Middle Tennessee.
And you stayed with us ever since.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go back to Kentucky.
Made me a Tennessean.
Look, you made me a Tennessean. See, that's what happened when you come to, especially Nashville. You gonna stay. You don't want to go back. It's something about that Nashville vibes, honey.
I love Nashville. It's my second home.
I like it, and Nashville loves you, Shawn.
Thank you.
Yes. So I always like to ask people, what does the term dream chaser signify to you?
I think it's somebody who will boldly go after what it is they want in life, whether that's like career or whether it's like family. It's like taking whatever your vision is and going after it full force, not allowing the hurdles to deter you, going after it with passion and conviction. And
hand in hand, at what point did you realize your art wasn't just meant to entertain, but to interrupt, change, and to heal?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that. That's a great question. So, yeah, I think as a kid, I always wanted to be on stage. I always wanted to be creative
Mm-hmm.
and just to be able to display that. So, whether that was like doing theater or like these speeches in church or whatever it was that was in front of me, I love the opportunity to entertain. Along the way, I discovered what it meant to be an artist, you
Okay.
know, and to me, what's being an artist is just like authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
It's about just what your values, right?
Oh,
Just
yes.
where you what you stand for and what you want to put out into the universe. And then I always knew that my mission in life would be to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, like, okay, art has a way of transforming. See, my stomach is growling. I told you my stomach was going to start growling. I knew that art had the ability to transform
Mm-hmm.
people because it transformed me. You know, like
Mm.
what the art that I saw, the music, the theater, the TV shows, the movies that I was able to like absorb growing up, what it did for me, and I wanted to be able to do that for people. So to highlight the struggles that we endure, the issues that I felt like were important to highlight, I knew that that was something that I wanted to make a part of the entertainment that I did.
So early on, what was that movie that you saw or theater that made you say, "Oh, this is what I want to do"? Do you
Um,
recall what that was?
yeah, I don't know, but I will tell you, I don't know what the earliest memory of
Mm-hmm.
it, but I will tell you a pivotal moment, and it
Okay.
came a little bit later. I was a teenager, and this was after I was already an artist, but I went to see, I was 17, I think. I went to see To Kill a Mockingbird. I was in
Okay.
the Double Brown program.
Mm-hmm.
They took us to see To Kill a Mockingbird in Alabama.
Okay.
We went to Gulf Shores, and that was a part of the trip. And um, it was a huge production. It was amazing. All these great actors up there. And there's a part of the story where Tom Robinson, who I later played in a different production later in life, so full circle
Full
moment.
circle moment.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but Tom Robinson is he's convicted of a crime he didn't commit, and you have like this. The play takes place during segregation, of
Mm-hmm.
course. So like you have the white actors as the white characters on the floor of the stage, and then you have like a balcony. The set there was another layer
Mm-hmm.
level, and all the black people were up there. So when they lead him out of the courtroom, there's this moment that's not in the script,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's this moment that the director chose to create, and the spotlight goes on this man who's in the balcony. I don't remember exactly what he looks like, but I remember his that he was like a short, kind of chubby guy. So so who I visualize is the she's your queen to be guy from
Oh,
Coming to
coming
America.
to America! Stop it! Stop
That's who I
it!
think about because that's the only thing I have to grab onto because I can't remember exactly how the man looked.
Mm.
But he stood up and he sang a Negro spiritual. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember the song, but I remember how it made me feel. And so, like, the spotlight was on him. He had no other lines in the play. And, like, the hairs on my arm stood up. I got chills. And, like, tears started flowing. And I remember being like, that's what I want to do. I want to make people feel, right? Granted, I was already an actor, I was already an artist, but that was just like a great reminder and motivator. And I've kept that story with me. I've kept that guy with me throughout my journey.
Because you're a poet as well.
I am. I
Yeah.
am a
Told
poet.
y'all he do a lot. He do a lot. I'll make him recite a poem.
Oh,
in a
I
minute.
knew. Don't do that. Don't
So
do that.
I'm not gonna do it to you. I mean, you can freestyle. We'll
See,
take
we
it
live.
to.
If we weren't live, I might be willing to do that, so I can tell you how to edit stuff out. But
Now we don't do no ed. Look, we ain't gonna edit nothing out. This live. What you say is what you say.
yeah, I know. That's what I know.
So growing up, when did you first recognize that purpose would require sacrifice? Was there a moment when you had to choose between comfort and calling?
Oh man, you are going deep with these questions. I'm trying to think of when those happened early on in my life. Um, yeah, I think as a kid, I think I experienced that just with like being a part of
Mm-hmm.
like like even just going to rehearsals. Like even though rehearsals were fun, they were like time away from doing what the other kids were doing. So sometimes your friends are out kicking it and you're at rehearsals. And that's the story of my life, even as an adult. But yeah, I think that was like the first time that's like my early experience with that. But I also just had, like along the way, just even into my adulthood, had some like hurdles, some financial struggles, like that, like chasing this dream. Because there were times in my life where, after college and, in your 20s trying to figure it out, and you're like, oh, I can go and just get this office job. And I had a couple of those, but I never allowed myself to settle in those because I didn't, that's not the type of like lifestyle that I wanted. Yeah. So there were times when I made less money because I was out trying to, chasing the dream, right? So I was either, I needed work that was flexible, that may not have paid as much, but it was flexible enough for me to go to do these shows, right? To go to rehearsal until I started making money actually, and then making money doing shows and making money writing and making money producing. So like I put myself in a position, but to start earning a living as an artist, but it definitely took a lot of sacrifice and missing out on not. Yeah, I wouldn't say I missed out on a lot of stuff because my friends became those people I did shows with. So we do shows, then we go out and kick, So, but when it came to money at those early days, I definitely like sacrificed making more money to do what it is that I love, but it paid off.
I had a question because you talking about rehearsals. I have watched you do plays, not only your plays, but other people's plays back to back. Because I've been in the crowd. I just want to know how you remember all them lines and don't get the characters mixed up. Because baby, I'm sorry, I know that's totally. That's totally off this where we're going. But when you kept saying rehearsals, I'm like, you got to have rehearsals back to back. Because I've seen you in plays. One week I'm at this play, then the next. So I'm like, how you don't get them characters mixed up?
Yeah, I think it's the same. People ask me that all the time. To me, it's the same as like the way you don't get math and English mixed up.
Baby, I get them mixed up.
But like, I think that now, don't get me wrong. There has been a time where whether it was me or somebody else, I've had somebody else I'm in the cast with say a line from a different show. They're like, "What am I doing?" That can happen.
I just wonder, but as the audience member, we're not gonna really know.
Yeah. I think it's just I don't know. That's never been like an issue for me. I'm just I'm focused on that particular character, that particular story. I've never even really thought about I don't even think about the other shows when I'm in one show. I've been rehearsing for 2, sometimes 3 shows at a time. But I've never had any type of overlap like that. So I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, write me a row. I just need a little smile.
Okay.
I'm coming. Okay. Look, that's on my bucket list. 2026. Y'all hear him say, okay, 2026. Yeah, I need to make my acting day.
You got to learn some lines.
I do that all the time.
I need you see how we got to start smile and let me, work my way in. Yeah, but I can give it to you.
Yeah, I know you can.
I can give it to you. I can bring it.
I know you can.
So write me some, or I can write it and you just produce it. Because I can write a little something too. I got skills. Okay, let's stay on track. Because baby, I be trying to get me a job. With Qiana gonna be like, But yes, we need that gig in 2026. We need.
No, I want you. I just need you to learn the lines, man.
I don't learn my lines. Small note. Shout out to Turner Fox. I know sometimes I bring her name up. Turner Fox. You know what that is?
I know Turner.
Yes, baby. Let me tell you how. She was doing a play. I saw her at the Brandy Monica concert. Okay. Let me tell you. So my son and my nephew, they were taking acting class from her. So I walk in just being me. I landed me a role. But unfortunately, at the time, Victor Chapman's studio, something was going on with the studio where we were going to have the play, and we wasn't able to do it.
So you got some unfinished business with the stage.
So I need to, get my
tell the rest of the story, ma'am.
Oh, there's more to the story.
What's the story?
Did you want to learn your lines?
No, I did. I practiced them lines though. They was hard. I practiced because I didn't realize you got to know not only your part, everybody else's part too. Yeah. But I was practicing. I was at work. I was on lunch break home. I did.
And it's a muscle too. Like we've been doing shows for so long that
Mhm.
it gets easier to learn lines, you know, than someone who is just coming into it. So
Okay,
it's something
start
else we
me
can
out
do.
small, Shawn.
Okay, we
You
got
know,
you.
because I'm ready to get my, what I say I want, what's it called? Ego.
You want to eat? Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
dreams
Okay,
big,
okay,
baby.
that's
I'm
what
a
I'm talking
dream.
about.
I'm a dream chaser, so
That's
I
what I'm
just
talking
gotta
about.
figure all that out. How I'm gonna get all that.
Yeah.
Cause see, in my head, my BFF is Candy, and that's what she after. So I got to
Yeah,
chase
yeah,
for my
I like
BFF,
Candy.
because you know I'm connected to people that dream and chase. Hey, so I got to do it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we gonna do it big. So you took a major leap. 7 plays in
Oh.
7 days. Can you walk us through the mindset you were
Yeah.
in during that season? What was that experience like? What did it teach you?
Oh man, that was a very rewarding like process.
Mm.
I think you're talking about dreams. Like I think you could talk yourself out of doing things that sound unorthodox or
Mhm.
non-traditional or crazy or however you want to put it. But for me, those are the types of things that get me really excited.
Mhm.
So my theater company was started in 2007.
Mhm.
So by 2014, we were celebrating 7 years. And I was trying to figure out like how do we celebrate? And I was thinking like, you know, I've been on this journey as a theater company owner, you know, artistic director for 7 years, and we, you know, people come to shows, and then they join you at different parts of your journey, right? So like some people might not have been around for the first year or the first 2 years. So I was like, let's celebrate this by doing kind of a review of some of the shows that we've done over the course of the 7 years. So I picked out 7 shows. They were all shows that I wrote, and this I took it as an opportunity for those people who may have come in the latter part of the 7 years to see like what has helped shaped us, what our journey has been. So I was really excited about that idea, and so then it was like, okay, I wrote all these plays, I'm gonna direct them all too, and that was the part that was super ambitious.
Oh wow.
Because it's like I'm splitting my time.
This will say you have to switch them
yeah,
2 hats.
Yeah. So I'm literally one time I literally had every show rehearsing at my church in a different room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm jumping back and forth between rooms. Some people were in 2 plays, so they're jumping back and forth. It was crazy, but it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life because we pulled it off. We had a great time building community with each other amongst actors, and then we welcomed the audience, you know, the community in as an audience to celebrate with us. It was great. It was great. When I was done, if you look at the pictures, there's a picture of me on the last day, and I'm holding a cake, and I just look exhausted.
Exhausted. You probably was exhausted.
I was like, man, I look like I aged about 15 years in this picture.
Would you do it again?
I would definitely do it again. I was actually going to do it again, but the timing wasn't right. But we'll catch on and do it again.
But you do something similar to that in September. See, I follow you. September, I want to say, don't you do something, the 24-hour show?
Oh yeah.
See, I think,
Yeah. So
what's that one called?
Yeah.
It's the black. It's in September. I know that.
So we
Shades
do the Shades of Black Theater Festival
That's
every
what it is.
September, and in that, my good friend Alicia Hamer and I a few years ago started
Hey, Lisa girl.
yeah, that's my dog. We started doing the 24-hour short play showcase.
Yes. Okay. That's
Yeah. So that's just one event that's a part of the Shades of Black Theater Festival. Yeah. So we do with that. We do we get 5 playwrights. Sometimes there are people who have not written a play before.
Oh, so I could submit my work.
Yeah, but we do it a particular way.
Okay.
So we gather the 5 playwrights. We have you draw things. So you have to draw the genre. You have to draw an object, and then it might be something else that we want you to draw. And you have to base you write a 10-minute play based off the 3 things that you pulled out of the hat.
Oh, I like that. You put your creativity to the test.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got 12 hours to write, and then we pass it on to directors who then get 12 hours to get a cast together and stage it, and then the next day we perform it. So we literally do it all in a
24-hour period.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
The original idea, it's a thing that people do with films, especially, all over. But we took it and we made it our own.
And I like it. I like it. Now let's go back. You were talking about in 2007, you founded the Destin Theater Experience. What made you create your own theater company?
Yeah. So I was has always been like like let's do this on our own type of. So if there was something that I wanted to do, I would gather the people that I wanted to do it with, and we would do it. Like, and when I was in high school, my friend and I wanted to write and produce a play, so we wrote, produced, and directed a play in high school. And so in 2007, I wanted to be able to have a platform for my writing, but
Mm-hmm.
also to be able to give opportunities to my friends um, who were actors and artists. And I wanted to focus specifically on Black theater, but not exclusive to
Mm-hmm.
Black people, Black artists. So everybody's welcome at the table, but we're
Okay.
going to tell those stories that are important to our community. And that's all that it was. It was like, I want to create these opportunities because we don't get the same opportunities in other spaces. And I remember going into an audition once, and it was for a play called 12 Angry Jurors or 12
Okay.
Angry Men, something, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But um, I remember having to ask, like, are y'all casting it traditionally or not? Meaning, like, are
Mm-hmm.
y'all open to other ethnicities?
I
And they
knew
were
that's where you
like,
was going with this.
they were like, yeah, it's going to be traditional casting,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that it was going to be all white men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, there was no need for me to audition. So I walked out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wasn't upset about it, but it was just like it was an eye-opening thing. Like, this is what we have. We have an extra layer of complexity as Black actors
Mm-hmm.
that white actors don't have. And so if I can create a space for us to be able to practice our craft, to build community, to do what it is that we love, and to get out on that stage, that's what I want to do. So that's why I created my company.
I love it. Sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. I got us. I got us. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That wasn't like that, and that experience wasn't like the sole focus of
Mm-hmm.
my, creating my company. But it was like it was just a reminder
Reminder.
of like
Mm-hmm.
what we need to do. Just like how MTV didn't play Black artists. MTV wouldn't play Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? They had to push and fight to get on MTV at first,
Mm-hmm.
and so BET was created so that we would have that safe space, that
And
space.
that's how most things come about
Yeah,
because mm-hmm.
HBCUs and all, like
Yeah.
so much is because we
Yes.
weren't, allowed in certain
Include, yep, we
spaces.
weren't
Yeah,
allowed in those spaces, so we had to create our own opportunities. So your one man show, 23-1, tackles heavy realities like solitary confinement and mass incarceration. How do you emotionally prepare yourself to carry those stories? And what responsibility do you feel when you tell them?
yeah, yeah. So, um, I always wanted to do a one man show. I had this great interest in solitary confinement because I think it is inhumane.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did all this study on it by watching documentaries, reading books, and reading articles, just as not even really for the purpose of like theater, but just the purpose of understanding the just the complexities of it, the harms of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had this idea like, okay, a good one man show would like doing something in solitary confinement where you're by yourself. That's the perfect for me. That was like the perfect choice. So it was like percolating in my head for a few years, and then I also am a volunteer at Riverbend
Mm-hmm.
Prison, and just like having proximity to those guys and their stories. So when I started to write this piece about what I had learned about solitary confinement through reading and studying, I had these men who had real life experiences. So I started writing, then I would go to them just for like to help me add the like realness and nuance. And they would tell me things like, "Oh, you got to make sure you're pacing. You got to make sure that you're talking to yourself. You gotta, like you gotta hear voices. You gotta do this." And it helped me add like the seasoning and the flavor. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, it's one of my favorite plays because like I connected to it emotionally
Mm-hmm.
because first of all, I'm just a human being who feels for other human beings. But then I knew men who had been in solitary,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me their stories. And so those tears that I cry on stage some nights,
Mm-hmm.
they're just like they're the character, but they're also me. you know, as like one of my favorite pieces that I've done, and I'm so proud of it, and I want to tour it.
Please
And I
do.
think you do. I think you should. Please do. Speaking of that play, I didn't see that one, but I did see. I'm probably gonna get it wrong. It was this year.
I'll help you.
You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
this
The
year?
prison. Was it this? Yeah.
Okay, which one?
It was about the prison. The incarceration. It had to do with incarceration. That was this year, right?
Yeah.
We was at Dark Horse.
It was.
What's the name
in
of that one?
September. It's called Within Reach. I was blanking on it.
Let me say this.
Okay,
I
tell
know
me-
that name don't sound right, but I
Okay.
might be wrong. But it was also you had the actual people that were in prison there. Which one was that one?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
The one
It was
based
good.
on the lady's book.
Was it based on the book? I can't remember. I was
The
there.
lady who did the research about the people who were now who were wrongfully
Wrongfully
convicted.
convicted.
And
Oh,
now
What's the name of that
that's
one?
what she's
You
talking
talking
about.
about the exonerated?
The Exonerated.
Scripts in
Yes.
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 Okay,
When I
okay,
say that was
okay.
good, so I didn't see the other play, but when
Okay.
you was talking about that one, I was like, wait a minute. I
Okay,
saw
yeah.
that. That was good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You always put on good plays, but that one, oh my goodness. So just hearing your story about that mass incarceration, it just made me just think in that solitary confinement, it just made me think about that one because I'm like, this stuff really happens to people.
Yeah. And a lot of my work is
Mhm.
based in like the criminal legal system, prisons and stuff like that. So like, I didn't even know which one you were talking about. You
That's
were
what
like,
I was like, I
it's
couldn't
just-
remember,
I
but it
was
was
like,
this year. I was like, I was there, and I remember you having the people there, and I
Was
just,
that this year though?
That was this
It
year. That
was
was
this
in
year.
March.
Wow, that
Yeah,
time be
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I did like a special project around that because I discovered that play because Mary J. Blige did it back in the early 2000s
Oh, wow.
off Broadway,
Mhm.
and I'm such a Mary fan.
That's
I remember
me.
watching
That's
it.
my
girl.
That's man.
Mhm.
But she talked about that. She talked about playing a woman named Sonny Jacobs, and Sonny Jacobs is a white woman in real life.
Mhm.
But because I was a Mary J. Blige fan, and I heard her mention that play in her interview 20 years ago, I looked that play up and I read it, and I was like, "Oh man, this is something I want to do one day." And it's written. The actors had scripts in hand because that's the way that it was intended. It's intended to be like that. So that's the way we honored like what the writer's intent was. But it's it's documentary style theater, so you see, so that's just kind of how it was meant to be. But I did a series of readings of that play in different spaces, so for in community centers, libraries, in different cities around Nashville, just having conversations with community members, and then what you came to see at the Dark Horse was kind of the culmination of it. It was for my grad school project that I was doing.
That was good. Oh, everything I go watch between you, Lisa, and everybody else. Mary, I'm about to
Look
be.
out.
Because I get all these names wrong, but y'all, when I say y'all have to follow him, because when I tell y'all these plays, Nashville surrounding counties, y'all are missing out. Dark Horse Theater. What's the other one we go to? The
Barbershop.
barbershop. Is it another one? No, there's just only two.
So sometimes there's stuff at the Luby Theater.
Yeah, Louis.
Yeah,
That's the
Louis.
other one.
Mhm.
Yes. So when I tell y'all, baby, I love some plays, baby. My mama used to take me to stage plays years ago, what they used to call them the Chitlin Circus. But baby, I love me some plays.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every chance I get, I'm always supporting you, Lisa, and Mary. Every chance I get, because baby, I love me a good
We
play.
appreciate it. And you introduced our play, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I did make it to the stage this year. I did, didn't I?
That was last year.
That was last year.
That was not this year.
I forget.
Last
I
year, the year
did
before,
make-
one of
So
them.
that
my
was on
feet
your bucket
did
list
touch
last
the
year.
stage, y'all.
Yeah.
But then I got to do a little acting. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I showed it, and that was good too. OnlyFans was
Yeah,
good
that was
too.
a fun show to do.
When you was rolling around on that porch. But they don't know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah, you know, we made that
tying that
moment.
woman up.
We made that moment comedic
Yeah, that
because
was
I was
good.
like, Lisa, I was directing and I was in the show, which I don't do anymore. But it was kind of like a throwback to our early days, getting that particular group of people together. So I did it, but I was inspired by Martin and Gina. You know, when they used to like have that moment. Sometimes they'd be
Yes.
arguing then, or have their moments where they just all over each other. So I was like, Alicia and I are such good friends. I was like, man, if we try to make this serious, like let's just do the Martin and Gina. So I just jumped on it and we just grabbing all over. Ain't doing nothing for real, but just grabbing on each other. It was fun.
Yes, and y'all made it fun. It was good. Everything y'all do was good. Now, let me ask you this, because I haven't. Do you ever redo anything? Like, I've never seen the plays come back around.
Yeah, I do.
Have I missed them?
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Okay.
I've done that for years.
Okay.
Just like there's lots of plays that I haven't done in years, but I'm able to bring stuff around, just kind of depending on what's going on. Like, because I own my own theater company, I make my own rules,
Okay.
so I don't have to like, do things a particular way. We can do the traditional things sometimes, and we can do the non-traditional things. I do what makes sense for me and my people. So
I like that.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead.
The question, Shawn, was what happened to the place that you set up in Kentucky? Do you still have it, or?
Yeah, I think man, wow, that was called a Johnny's House of Coffee, Books, and Culture, and it's so funny that got brought up because I was just thinking about how I wanted to revamp that. But it was I had a dream to open a coffee shop / community / event space. And so we opened it up in 2018. I took an old gas station that I grew up going to as a kid, and I transformed it into like a coffee shop, bookstore, event space. And we did a lot of cool things in there. We had it for 2 years. The pandemic took us out.
Okay.
The building got sold because of like hardships during the pandemic, and that took us out. But I count that period of time as a huge win because I didn't make any money. But what I did do was introduce my small hometown community to arts and culture in a way that hadn't been there before. Like, I think the first ever Kwanzaa celebration in my hometown happened there. We did open mics, which is not something that was regular, like anything that happened on a regular basis there. We did game nights and we showed movies and we did plays in there. We did all these like cultural, community related things that just were not things that had either ever happened in my hometown or just didn't happen a lot. So we were able to do that on a consistent basis, and I loved it. I love it. And I'm going to bring it back to my hometown when the time is right.
When the time is right.
And I'm going to bring elements of that to Nashville. Not that Nashville needs that culture. I mean, it does. Like we have it, but you can never have too much. You can never
have too much. I'm just
gonna
say
too much. Yeah.
You can never have too much.
So I'm thinking about how, like, even if I don't have a brick and mortar for a while, like just doing events.
Yeah. At different lounges or spots, you can find somewhere.
Yeah.
Collab with people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that, man, I'm glad whoever asked that question, because definitely am going to be bringing that back soon.
Okay. You're going to bring it back soon when the time is right.
Yeah, it was on my mind like 2 days ago.
Oh, so, wow.
The universe wants you to hear it again.
Yep. See, the universe, see how the universe works.
Yeah.
Especially when you sit on this blue couch.
Yeah.
See, that blue couch got magic to it. Blue velvet. What is it, velvet?
What is that, velvet? That's the first thing I thought about.
When you walked in the door?
I got a velvet. Mine is green.
Oh, I bet that's beautiful.
Yeah, but I like this blue too.
Yes. So, Shawn, I want to step into your imaginative bag for a minute.
Okay.
If you could write and produce a play with no limitations, casting anyone living or deceased, who would you cast? What would the production be called? And what story would you tell? Give us the whole synopsis.
Oh, man, y'all talking titles?
Yep, I want it all.
Because
you're so creative. I just want to pick your brain.
Man. So, my next play. Oh, man. So, this is what I would do. First of all, I'm casting my friends that I came up with.
Okay.
And I'm casting them with legends that we love so they can get that experience working with those legends. So I'm going to pair my core theater group.
Okay, then who these core? Okay, give me the name. Let's plug out.
I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so I'll give you a few names.
Okay, give me a few. Okay.
Of course, Alicia Hamer, Mary McCallum, Molly Breen, Tamiko Robinson Steele.
That's a good cast right there.
Rashad Rayford, Rashad the Poet Rayford, Janae India. But then those were like who I came up with. So I gotta always include them. But then like there's a lot of newer actors like Jalen Dukes and Ken Dacy. Ken Dacy's not a new act; she grew up acting, but like people that came along later that I would also include in that in some way or another. I want to do. I'm working on a '90s boy band musical.
Oh, that's gonna be nice. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, that's
90s
gonna
boy band musical. It's something that I've been conceptualizing for years, and I've been writing on it. But I really want to put in the time and energy to like finishing that up. So I have the story, I have parts of it, I have the concept, but I really just need to sit down and write it. So I would probably go after like I would, if I had the No Limits, man.
No Limits.
Everybody be. I would have cameos by like all the legendary boy groups. You know, like New Edition, my favorite. New Edition. Man, all the.
Look, you supposed to be cast. I done cast Mint Condit. Look, I done cast a whole bunch of people. I done did Josie. I done brought Prince back.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm like, ooh.
So I don't know what it would be called, but I definitely would like think about in terms of actors. Jeffrey Wright is like one of my favorite actors. Like he transforms. Like he's my favorite actor. So he's somebody that really inspires me. So I would put him in. He'd be somebody's dad or uncle or something. Felicia Rashad.
Oh yes.
She's got to be somebody. She got to be somebody's mama, auntie, something. Angela Bassett, Lawrence Fishburne is somebody that really. Lawrence Fishburne does not get named enough, in my opinion. Like we always go to Denzel, who I love.
Always Denzel.
But I don't think we got to put some respect on Lawrence Fishburne's name. He does not. I mean, he's respected. Don't get me wrong. He has an incredible body of work.
Oh yes.
Don't get me wrong. He's respected, but like I still don't feel like his name is said enough. That man is an incredible actor. I don't think I fully answered the question, but yeah, that would be.
I see where you going with it, though. I like it. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need you to go on and get that together. When you leave here tonight, go start working on it.
It's in the process, you know, like the story and the dialogue, and then you got to go and add the songs. And I want to do like what they did for Dreamgirls. They did when they created Dreamgirls, they did it in a workshop fashion. So like a lot of those things that ended up in the script are things that like some of them were ad-libs from the actors, you know, and so they workshopped it first and they created it. They were just in there putting stuff together. So the writers, the actors, producers, and then that became the show. Like even Effie was not even supposed to come back in Act 2. Effie is kicked out of the group, and that is the end. That was the end of Effie.
Oh wow!
But Jennifer. So like, and I am telling you, you don't see Effie no more. That's how the original script was before they changed.
Before they sat down at the workshop and was like, oh no, we need to do it this way.
Yeah, but Jennifer Holliday fought for Effie to come back and have a redemption story, and because that actor was a part of that
she
process.
did.
Yes,
because that made it for me.
Right.
Yeah.
That was good.
So so I value like the
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool to like take what I have and then have actors to workshop it with actors. And
I like that idea. I never knew it was a thing of workshop until you started talking about it. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it gives a different spin and just that brainstorming concept. I think I like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of plays are written, or once they're written, they have workshops to where at least there's actors around the table just reading it so that the playwright can hear it out loud. I've had some of my work be workshopped like that. But what I'm talking about is like workshopping the choreo and the music.
The whole nine yards.
Yeah.
And to document that part of
it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I want to do a 90s boy band musical.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till you do that because I know it's gonna be dope. So you do a lot of work in spaces many people avoid: maximum security institutions, alternative learning environments, undeserved communities. What have those spaces taught you about humanity, resilience, and hope?
Yeah, man. Just I mean, you in some of those spaces you reach, you meet people in some of the lowest points of their lives, and um, what it's taught me is like I'm not there to save anybody. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there to share space with them, to offer whatever it is that I can bring to the table, but also to learn from them. The men in the prison that I volunteer at, like people are often like telling me, "Oh, you know, it's so great that you go in there and do that," and you know, and I get where they're coming from, and I appreciate it, but like I learned just as much. There's no, I'm technically a facilitator. I'm often like leading workshops or whatever, but we sit in a circle. We try to sit outsider, which is somebody like me as a volunteer, insider next, another outsider, insider. We don't call them inmates, we call them insiders. But it's circular learning. There's collective wisdom. Everybody's contributing to the teaching. Everybody's contributing to the learning. And so I get to learn their stories. I get to learn their perspectives. We challenge each other. We have great conversation. Um, and there's a mutual respect in this space. And so they've helped make me a better man, which seeps into my artwork, you know, seeps into my art. I work with Southern Word. I go into schools. I hear tragic stories that these kids have experienced. And so, because we're writing poetry about their lives. And it's just made me more empathetic. It made me more mindful. It made me like see things from different points of views. It just has grown me as a person. So like I see it as circular. Yes, I'm the person here teaching and offering tools, but I'm also gaining something from it. So,
So in this past week, you've been on the ground raising awareness for tomorrow's election, December 2nd, special election.
yeah.
Why is civic engagement such a critical part of your dream chasing journey?
So I grew up being fascinated by the civil rights movement, and I used to watch documentaries and read books. Eye on the Prize was one of that one that always came over.
Oh, I
Black
remember
History
that.
I was
Month
just gonna say Black History Month, baby. They used to come on all the time.
all the time, and I was just
Was
like,
it PBS? What did they
Yeah.
come on?
yes, yeah.
Mhm.
I was always fascinated by people willing to put their lives, their bodies, their careers, all of that on the line for the liberation of themselves and their families and their communities, their people. And so it was just important. So many people died for our right to vote.
Yes.
I think that's part of my responsibility to not just honor them, but to pass down a world to my children that is better than the one that was handed to me. It's like the passing of the baton. Though there are forces out there trying to push us back,
Yes.
it's my responsibility to push forward, and civic engagement is just one of the ways in which that I do that. So I believe in making the work you do contagious, and so I went and early voted. I'm out there knocking on doors, trying to get people to vote. That's something I really believe in, and want to contribute in my own small way to helping other people understand where their power is, and that they have power, and that we just need to use it.
I'm gonna ask you something right here because a lot of people. Let's see how I want to form this question. A lot of people today are just like, I'm not voting. They know who they're gonna pick. The system is corrupted. What would you say to those people?
I would say first, I understand. Like when people say things like that, I'm more like it's an opportunity to be curious, right? To understand why it is they feel that way, and well, I just try to meet them where they are. Like you don't believe in voting, and we got that. Like when we're out on the streets, knocking on doors, you know, you have people say, "Oh, I'm not voting. I don't believe in it," or I used to vote and it doesn't matter.
Because I've heard that a lot here lately. Like, it doesn't matter. They're going to do what they want to do. It's corruption all in place. And so with that mindset, it's like, I get it. Because, we do see it. I mean, we can't deny it. Yeah. But it's like, how do we get our people back to the polls?
Yeah, I think it's like looking at where voting has brought us. We can't say, oh, voting has done us no good at any point. There are examples of where we have gone out to vote and we've showed up and things have happened.
Change.
And if our vote wasn't powerful, then they wouldn't fight so hard to suppress
to try
it.
To suppress it, take it away from us.
So it's just about we can't guarantee that we're not going to face more corruption and those things. But all we can do is our part. And the vote is not the only thing that we can do. It's one of many things that we can do to bring about change. So I just try to meet that person where they are, try to understand where they're coming from and why they say those things, and just have conversations.
And try to offer a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because I've heard someone say once, was the juice really worth the squeeze having Obama in office? Not to say that he didn't do anything for us, but they were looking at, because other racists didn't want a black man in office, that you get where I'm going with this, where it's almost like that set us back, because now they're like, okay, we're going to do whatever not to get another person of color in office, or even a woman in office for that matter.
Right.
So it felt like it really set us back with this last election. But I don't want to make it too much about that. But I've heard people have that conversation, and I'm like, on one hand, the perspective, I get it, because that's what it does look like. It feels like, oh, by any means necessary, they held that against us and was like, they want to take over. And y'all read between the lines, because I'm trying not to get us shut down over here. But you get where I'm going with this. It's kind of, it's like this whole, when we start talking about politics, and I usually don't dibble and dabble in it a lot, but I know it's an important conversation for our community. But it's kind of like, dang, it almost just makes, like, literally, sometimes it makes my head hurt, makes me want to cry, because I'm like, it's just so unfair. We've been fighting. It's like, it's almost made me think about, all my life I had to fight. Yeah, it's just what it feels like. Yeah. And I know I can't be the only person. It just makes you just feel like you have no voice when you really do.
Yeah. I think the power lies with the people. We just have to understand that, and we have to come together to use that power. It's a collective thing. And, voting in your local elections is really important. That's where you see, that's where you really see the impact too. And, just from your local elections all the way up, and I just can't, I don't think we can be afraid of whatever it is that we feel like are going to be the consequences of the pushback. We have to do what it is that we're supposed to do. Our children are relying on us.
Yes, and we need to teach our children the importance of voting. And I also just going to add this, and we're going to move on. I need for you all in Tennessee, know your district, because there has been a district reorganization. Am I saying that right, Shane? I need you all to pay attention to that as well. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And if you know the information where they can check it, oh my goodness, I was going to throw it out there, but I just totally forgot. But there is a link where you can check your address, and it tells you your district, where you vote.
Proudvoter.org.
Say it one more time.
Proudvoter.org.
Proudvoter.org. Y'all go check out, because that's important. Because I really didn't know that they did it. I mean, I probably got something in the mail, but just recently somebody had a conversation with me, and it was like, did you know? And I was like, huh? Like, I felt like, I was like, oh, did I miss something? Like, I really was like, because nothing, I guess, changed for me, because I was still able, I do a lot of older voting, and I go over here, even though this is not the side of town I live on. I always go over to the library over here on Clarksville Pike. It's because it's easier. I can just be like, okay, go in, don't have to worry about it. But yes, it's very eye-opening when I had that conversation. I was like, what you mean? Yeah. And she was like, you don't know about that? And I'm like, ooh, nope. You know how if you don't know, you don't know. So that's why I wanted to bring it up on this podcast because I'm like, let me spread the word. Like it's stuff we need to know, people.
Yeah, some people don't
Mhm.
know what district they're in, and there shouldn't
Mhm.
be any shame in that. Like
No.
we're living our lives trying to.
Mhm.
Some people are trying to make ends meet, you
Yep.
know, trying to raise these kids, all this other stuff, and it can be easy to just kind of fall out of step or fall out of line with what's going on. But fortunately, you can just even if you just Google
Mhm.
what district do I live in, what congressional district do I live in, or whatever, stuff will pop up. You can just there's multiple sources where you can just put in your information and it'll tell you. And you know, some people didn't know that there was an election happening. That's one thing that we encounter when we're knocking
Oh
doors
yes.
too. Like people are like, "Oh, there's an election." I think this is the only election happening in the country right now, if I'm not mistaken. You know,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
think
don't know
you're
what's the
right.
case.
yeah,
Mm.
like
Right
right
now, like
now,
Mhm.
happening,
this
but yeah,
yeah,
at
this
this
very
moment,
moment,
yes.
yeah,
And I will say all that to say, y'all, please just vote. Do your part. I know sometimes it feels like, oh, what I'm doing is for what I'm gonna stand in line. But I always tell people to early vote because it's just easier.
yeah,
You
Mhm.
yeah.
don't get all that pushback. I'm telling you, just have all your
You,
documents. Either your usually I don't have my voter's registration. I just have my license.
yeah, I don't
Mhm.
either.
Yes, I'm
License is
just
all
gonna
you
be
need.
real. I just have my license, bring it over there to the
That's all
early
you
voting
need.
site. That's all they need. So we're gonna move on from that topic, but I just
Okay,
thought that was
thank you.
important to drop because you've been putting in the work in that area. Now you wear many hats: artist, father, mentor, organizer, leader. How do you stay grounded and avoid burnout?
I don't avoid burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have, you know, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I feel it, and sometimes I'm like, you know, I have those moments where I'm like, what am I doing with my life? You know, but I think that's just kind of a natural human thing that we all experience
Mm-hmm.
from time to time. I invest in self care. You know, I have a great community, a great village around me, from my really close friends, my family, my church family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am intentional about like enjoying life, you know. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't spend a whole lot of money on things, at least I don't think I do, but I'll spend money on experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So um, you know, that's going to concerts. People see me at concerts all the
Yeah, I love a good
time because
concert.
it's an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to just go have fun.
Mhm.
I go get massages on a regular
Oh,
basis.
yes, we
I go
got
get
one
these.
tomorrow
I go get
scheduled.
these pedicures. My feet
I
are.
like it, man. Get
I,
a pedicure.
I got some. I
Come
got some handsome feet because of that. Um,
on.
um, yeah. So like, I believe in taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had bad sleep habits. I'll admit to that, but I'm getting better with that. I just been a night owl my whole life. So, but yeah.
Now, can I get a little bit in your business? Because I just be curious. You
Oh,
dating anybody? And how do you
oh,
balance a date life? Because you be busy.
oh,
I be nosy, don't I? You ain't
oh.
got to answer if you don't want to. But I just be nosy.
Am I dating anybody? I'm not dating anybody right now.
Look, I'm all in your business. You need to get out there and date. You always
I know, I
working.
know, I know. My friends tell me that all the time. I go on dates.
You go
I
on
just
that date
I
I
don't
told you
broadcast
about.
them.
What did
I'm
you say? Just don't worry about it.
next topic.
Don't answer. Just I just that means you didn't do what I told you to do. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna talk about that on air. I ain't gonna do
Okay.
you like
Okay.
I ain't gonna
Thank
do
you.
you like it. No, I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
do you like that. No,
Don't do me like
no,
that.
I
Don't do
wouldn't.
her
No,
like
I
that.
wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I ain't. No, in this podcast up here, we ain't missing. So
Yeah.
they don't
No.
know what we talking, but we gonna move on. For dream chasers listening who feel they're torn between a stable paycheck and their purpose, what wisdom would you offer them navigating the tension without losing themselves?
Yeah, I think I would say do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I remember um, wanting to be. I just wanted to live as an artist. Like I don't want checks coming in from nowhere else. I want it to all be my art. That was my prayer. Those were my goals. That was on my vision board, and I was able to make that happen. Like you're not gonna. I wasn't earning a living as an actor. I was getting checks as an actor, but I had to diversify. So I'm getting a check here from directing, a check here from acting, from writing something, you know, teaching workshops. So I made my career doing a combination of things, all rooted in the arts. But in August, I took a community organizing job
Mm-hmm.
that I wasn't looking for. I just happened to help with something with this organization called NOAA that I was a part of as a leader. That's what we call our volunteers. Years ago, and my church is connected to it. But I just happened to help out with something, which led to a conversation and the opportunity, the potential of being an organizer was kind of presented to me, and I was like, I'm like looking for a job. I got a career, but just reflection and I was reluctant because I thought like my prayer is always to be just a working artist. I don't. Is this meaning I'm not as much of an artist if I go and take this other job? I didn't need it for the money, but the opportunity that it presented to grow as a person, to serve my community in a different way. It was an extension of the work that I've already done, so it's not like new territory, but this was like more formal. It's yeah. So I took a leap. It was a leap of faith. So now I have dual careers. I knew that I wasn't going to give up being an artist, but I'm going to take on being an organizer. So I even have to budget my time even more. But both of those things are flexible, and they coexist. So I am a full-time artist and a full-time community organizer.
So basically, like I tell people, you can do both. Just don't lose yourself and your craft in the process. Because sometimes you need that full time to fund your dreams, your other dreams, and your desires. So I always tell people, don't quit that day job till you did a financial analysis of your life. Because how you were able to do it don't mean I can do it that way. Because you got to know, okay, you may still have some bills coming in. This need to be paid. So I tell people, first start with your financial analysis. And then that can tell you whether or not it's time to pivot strictly from this job to your purpose. Fully.
And you can fulfill your purpose without you can work a job and still fulfill your purpose. They don't have to be it's not like, oh, I'm not fulfilling my purpose until I can do this full time. You're still walking in your purpose. When it's time to make that transition, you'll know, but I don't feel like when I was doing art full time, I am doing art full time, but I don't feel like I'm any more of an artist than somebody who's doing community theater just for fun. Like if that's what they want, because I think success is about what you want. It's not about like how big the stage is. It's not about how much money you're making. It's about, are you living what it is that you vision for yourself? And some people they're passionate about whatever their day job is, and they're passionate about getting off work, getting a little something to eat, and then going to rehearsal at night. So it's about fulfilling whatever vision you have for yourself.
Most definitely. So what does legacy mean to you? When the curtain closes, the lights go down, what do you hope people say about the life, the work, and impact of Shawn Whitsell?
He was a good person.
And a heart for humanity. I got to add that on. I'm sorry. That was your answer, but look at me. Add something on somebody else. I do it all the time, don't I?
Yeah, I don't, like, people don't have to, I get embarrassed when people read bios. I did really well. Will you read my bio at the beginning? It didn't make me squirmish or anything. Usually I'm just like, oh my God, you must have it, because I usually just feel really embarrassed by like somebody reading off things that I've done. Sometimes I say, if you're gonna read that, wait to read it while I'm backstage and then let me come out. Like, it makes me so uncomfortable. But you made me feel very comfortable. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's just something I do with what God bless me with. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Because everybody come, they be like, it's just.
And you shouldn't be embarrassed about something you've been gifted and had the opportunity to do.
I know. I'm trying.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I'm trying to reconcile that. I don't know. Maybe I'm not embarrassed. I don't know what it is. It just makes me shy, I think. But I want to be better at receiving. And then also, but if nobody ever says anything else about me and about any of the work. You could just say I'm a good person. That's what I want to. That's the impression that I want to leave upon the world.
The world.
And then I was Destiny's daddy.
Mhm.
So,
Cause she's grown now, right?
yes.
18,
She's
19.
19.
Look. See, I see. Look like I know Destiny. Hey, Destiny. I don't really know you, but I feel like I seen you from the age probably 13, 14 to now. Like I think that's probably when I met you somewhere in that stage.
A lot of my friends watched her, from a baby. A lot of people
wow.
on social media who have never met her, but they've just seen her grow up on, my Facebook page.
Guess that's what
like,
say. Facebook have us thinking we know some folks from it. We be all in people be like, I don't know them folk, but be all in their business, have us looking stalkerish.
Yeah, I'm a natural sharer, so I share a lot on Facebook, so people probably do know a lot more than the average person. I'm always telling stories and talking about my experiences because I think.
Which brought about another comment.
Okay,
no, somebody was saying, how they didn't know you personally, but they follow you on Facebook and they're proud of all the stuff that you do.
Oh, wow, I appreciate that. Yeah.
And that's really funny. Like when we be out and about, have you got somebody be like, what was we at last Friday? Who was at the showcase? Was that Friday or Saturday? I don't know. All my days run together.
My days is running together.
But I was standing near a girl and she was like, I know you. Don't you be on the, she said, Facebook? And I said, she said, you be doing all that talking. And I said, I think I do. She pulled out her phone. She said, what's your name? She said, you see, we friends. And I was like, hey, girl. Yeah. But it make you feel like, wait a minute, hold up. Yeah. And I've actually been in a restaurant and somebody pulled out their phone and was like, and I heard them say, is that Qiana Scales right? Right. And I'm sitting there, baby, because if you know me, y'all know I do not really like putting on clothes. And baby, I be living these streets looking ragged. That's one thing I said. If I'm ever a celebrity, y'all just, with TMZ get me. I don't care. Like I said, I'm starting a new tradition that I'm not walking out the house glam and all that stuff. Yeah. Baby, that's how I be looking. So that person was like, and I said, sometimes I made, I jazz it up when I got hosting gigs or whatever, but baby, on the average, I want something. Just give me just a raggedy t-shirt or, honey, I could be wrinkled. I'm going to get something. Leave me alone. But I will speak to people. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it was so funny watching the person on their phone. And I'm like, I think I hear my name. And I'm over there peeping at the table. And I'm telling Keita, look over there, look over there. And then the person did say, hey, are you? And I said, yeah, that's me. I said, you out
here famous in these streets.
Baby, famous. I don't want to be.
Let me tell you something.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be seen. People think I like to be seen. I really don't.
Really? I remember one time I was on West End. I was walking. I was on the sidewalk, and somebody, I don't know who this was. She was like, "Hey!" Like she stopped her car, and it was like very abrupt. She was like, "You don't know me. I come to your place all the time. I love your plays." And she drove off. Right.
I do that to people.
This was, I don't know, man. This was probably 15 years ago, maybe. And it was like a difficult time for me, in my life at that time. And so to have people, share like how you've impacted them, in those times when you're having a hard time, it's just a reminder like, okay, I'm doing something right.
That's right.
Like, so yeah. But I've had that happen. Somebody said, and this is why I said I got to stop acting like I know people when I don't. So I was like, hey, Shawn. And I was like, hey. Right?
I don't do that, but
yeah. I have no idea who you are. And then they said, you don't know me. I know you because I come to plays. I was like, okay. Let me stop acting. I done got called out. But yeah.
But we do that. I was like, hey, be like, hey, how are you? And then in the back of your mind, you be like, okay, wait, real quick. So now you look, I stopped it last Friday, Saturday. I was like, I don't know. I just had to sell on. Yeah, I be, but who are you? When she pulled it, she said, yeah, we free. I was like, okay, girl. But honey, I can't remember because now all these spaces I meet too many people for all that. I just be like, you know what? Yeah. I can't remember unless I'm around you all the time or really truly follow you. I'm not going.
I'm good, really good with faces.
The most time
really
I can say
bad with names.
Oh, I'm like with names.
I'm like kind of scary good with faces. Yeah, it's a gift with faces, but names.
That's funny that you say that because that's kind of how I am. I'm gonna share this story. So I did foster care, and I don't know why one of these foster parents, when I met her, long story short, we went to the person's house and we meet up with the mom, and I had my homegirl with me. And so when she walked in the room, I kept looking at my homegirl like, this lady been on, like, I know her. She done been arrested for something, even though I know her back for all this stuff. But it was just like, I remember this. So as soon as we got to my homegirl's house, I was like, let me get on your computer. I done Googled. She said, how did you know that? I said, because usually if I remember something that happened on the news, and this was years ago. She said, how did you know her? I said, because it's something about faces and connections. Like, I can just, I don't know, it just be embedded in my head sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of scary.
It's
but it's like, ooh,
yeah.
Wow.
I've seen people on the street. I'm like, why did I remember that person? I could pinpoint where I saw them before. Sometimes it's like years before, and it's a weird thing. Like, why do I remember this? That was
a long
person?
time ago, and it was on news channel. She said, "How did you remember that it was on?" I said, "I don't know. It just when I saw her, it clicked in my head that she was on there for shoplifting and some other stuff. So it just the picture of her and seeing her and was like, yeah, it just triggered something in me. And I was like, I got to look up why did they got me over here and this lady. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Let me look. You know, nobody know who I'm talking about, but yeah. But my friend Melissa know who I'm talking about. But yeah, that was something scary because my friend be like, how the heck do you been in? Yeah, that's a whole nother gift in itself. Now, Shawn, dream chases are always in motion. So tell us, what are you currently working on and what's next for you and whether people can find you, throw out your social media, whatever you have going on?
Yeah, so the next theater production I'm working on is called The Case for the Existence of God. I'm playing, I'm just acting in it. It's a two-man show.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Dark Horse Theater with Actors Bridge Ensemble, so I'm super excited about that. I don't get a chance to just act often. A lot of times I'm directing or producing or something. So just to act is always a treat because I don't have to worry about the business or logistics. I show up and rehearse and perform. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
That's going to happen. That show is going to be in late January, early February.
Okay.
So that's the next thing artistically that I'm working on that the public can go see. But I always have things in motion, and sometimes I forget about stuff. But that's the next thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just need to follow you on social media.
Yeah.
What do they need to follow? What's the
handle? I'm on Facebook, Shawn Whitsell. I can't accept any more Facebook friends. I'm at my 5,000 capacity. I usually go and try to periodically go and delete inactive accounts or whatever. So like if you find me on Facebook, I do have a fan page.
That's what I'm saying. You have the follow page where people can just follow.
Yeah, so people can if you can't add me on like my main Facebook page, you can follow the fan page. I don't I'm not as active on that, but I will post some like creative stuff there. And then I'm on Instagram, Shawn _Whitsell. So that's a good place.
Does the theater have a page?
Yeah, okay. Destiny Theater Experience on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so y'all can follow there.
Yeah.
You can keep up and see what's going on. Shawn, thank you so much for coming through today and sharing your story, your journey, your vision with us. It's been an honor and a pleasure
to
hear what you have. Thank you for coming over here.
Yeah, it was fun.
You've been on the list, baby. Y'all don't know. My list is so long. It's a country mile long. And to get some of these guests, they be booked and busy. And when they do come, I be like, yeah. But I'm a fan.
Hey, I've watched the show. I think you do a great job. I'm honored to be here. Like I was telling you earlier, I was really reaching out because I wanted to get somebody else on the show. But he was only in town for like a short period. And then, Qiana was like, hey, would you like to come on? I was like, I'd be honored. So thank you very much.
We are very honored. Because, baby, you've been on the list since, my list. Yeah, since I started, my list is so long with a whole bunch of people. That's when I tell people, I have a list of people, but sometimes the way stuff go and scheduling, it just has to happen when the time is right. Yeah. So I feel like the time was right. And it was perfect because you're doing a lot of activism. And it's election tomorrow, so this is just a great episode, and I love it.
Congressional District 7. Go out and vote tomorrow. From what, 7? Is it 7 to 7? 7
yes, I think you're supposed to close about 7.
Yeah. So, and if you are in line at 7, they have to let you vote.
Yes, they do. Don't let them turn you around. You better start singing. They ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Absolutely. You better break into that old Negro spiritual if you have to, but do not get out of that line. Absolutely. Stay in line. This is a very important election. Now, y'all, before we get into this real talk, a quick reminder, please go over to the Closet Experience Boutique. I should say theclosetexperience.com, so you can save 10% with code podcast. That's PODCAST, y'all. Y'all ready to get in some this real talk? Look, I'm getting tongue tied. My stomach over here grinding. Feed me, Seymour, feed me all night long. Let's get into some of this real talk real quick. Listener land, let's get real for a minute. Shawn's journey today wasn't just about art or theater. It was about chasing your dream while showing up for your community. Even when the odds say, nah, that right there, that's what a dream chaser does. Faith, focus, fight, all in motion. And y'all already know how we do it. This isn't just a podcast. This is a movement, a safe space, a healing zone. So do me a favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the I Am Qiana Scales YouTube channel. Tell your people, invite them in. Let's fill this room with gems, growth, and raw ass real talk every time we go live. Yes, your art, your purpose, your voice, they're bigger than you. They're not just for applause, they're for impact. And when you chase your dreams boldly, you create opportunities, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. So listener land, your takeaway is this: show up, take the risk, lean into the work, and don't stop until the dream meets the lives it was meant to touch. The I Am Qiana Scales podcast, real talk, real people, relevant conversations. No gossip, just gems. Stamp it.